All right, welcome back to the New Leaps Academy Golf Tournament podcast here, sponsored by Heroes Mile. The executive director of Heroes Mile is James Lynam, former Marine.
Yes.
I guess always a Marine, right?
Always.
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yes, sir.
And you're doing great work here. We just talked to the general, and you're one of the guys that are in the trenches here with Heroes Mile. Tell me a little bit about the work you guys are doing.
We have been up and operational since June 1st of 2019. We specialize in veteran treatment. We are for veterans by veterans. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, as stated. My director of admissions is a naval veteran, but we specialize focusing on substance use disorder of the veterans that may be facing that. But we also have a secondary focus of post-traumatic stress treatment as well as military sexual trauma treatment.
So how many veterans are coming back with these issues? I would imagine a lot. How many are you serving?
So far since we've opened, we've served over 270 veterans at our treatment program. Ranging all ages. I think our youngest was 21, oldest being 78, Vietnam era veteran.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about the day-to-day operations there. What are you doing in terms of intaking people and what are the programs doing for them?
Walk you through an entire day. Our day starts around 6 a.m., 6:30. We start getting the veterans up and moving. Breakfast is served by 7:30. We go immediately into our first clinical style group around 8 o'clock or 8:30. And they're in different groups, hourly session groups until at least 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We average out 25 hours of counseling per week, both individual and group. We offer art therapy 3 days a week. We have equine therapy, and then we specialize in specialized trauma therapies such as EMDR or eye movement desensitization reprogramming therapy. I have a specialized therapist that provides that. We also have other treatment modalities that we utilize that are evidence-based. We have a standalone military sexual trauma therapist that meets with our veterans if needed. Like I said, 25 hours of counseling. The veterans stay on site. We can receive consults and referrals for treatment directly from the VA. We've treated veterans that have been referred to us from 25 different states across the United States.
So tell me a typical story of someone who comes in, what issues they're dealing with, and what's the hopeful outcome.
We get veterans that are homeless and that have been dealing with alcoholism or being addicted to illicit drugs, and they finally reach out saying, "I have nothing left. I have nowhere to go. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I don't know what else to do." And they'll reach out to the VA or to us, and we'll direct them how to get in for an intake to start the treatment program. We specialize in medically supervised inpatient detoxification, so we can bring them in on detox. We have a doctor on site that provides care. We have nursing around the clock, and then if they or when they complete that level of care, we can step them down to what's inpatient treatment or residential treatment for the next, say, 30 days or so, and that's when they really start learning the tools to start facing their recovery.
Get back into society.
Absolutely.
Do you have, without naming names, do you have a specific story that you can tell us about, a success story?
There was one veteran that was a really interesting veteran. Right about 6 months after we first opened, COVID hit. Mm-hmm. He had come to us. He had been through 17 different programs prior to us. He came to us, and while there, COVID hit, and the VA kind of shut down and automatically extended out treatment programs. We kept receiving extensions for him. He spent a total of 10 months with us. The interesting thing was, like I said, he had been through 17 programs, had never stayed clean.
Right.
To this day, after we completed our treatment with him, to this day, he is still clean over 2 years later.
Wow.
He calls us at least once a week to let us know. And he just talks about the difference, or the piece that made the difference was veterans. For veterans by veterans.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we strive for.
Do you think you've come up with a model that's going to be better for people moving forward? Because I would have thought the VA would have that model, but it seems like this is something that's really clicked for you guys.
I believe it is a model. I believe it can go places, and the VAs can take advantage of it.
Yep.
Veterans respond to veterans. When we walk into a room, we can look around and almost spot every veteran in that room. Yep. We know. And when you get a veteran on site for treatment who has never been around veterans in treatment, they automatically feel at home. They automatically feel comfortable. They're not having to explain their behaviors. Everybody already knows. Veterans have a tendency to speak in acronyms. Mm-hmm. Veterans understand acronyms. Your fellow veterans will understand. We don't have to explain over and over and over again what we mean when we talk.
James Lynam is the executive director of Heroes Mile. We're talking about what Heroes Mile does for veterans. I want to talk about what Heroes Miles is doing for New Leaps Academy. That's why we're here to raise money.
Yes.
You guys decided to be a sponsor, and it was interesting for me to find out the genesis of New Leaps was a grandmother who had an autistic child. So again, almost like veterans helping veterans here.
Right.
It's, you folks that needed this service created a place to send these autistic kids and kids with special needs that are getting tremendous help. Why did you pick New Leaps as someone to sponsor?
Is we want to expand, we want to give back, and knowing the effort New Leaps puts into their youth, we want to try the same thing. We want to give back to them, show that we work just as hard with our veterans. We want to help you work just as hard with your youth.
Yeah. Now, are you a golfer?
I am not. I'm going to be driving today. I'm just driving the car.
You're delivering the beers?
I won't say I'm doing that.
Everybody's got to roll. Everybody's got to roll,
I
right? Just like the military.
I am just escorting somebody playing golf. How's that?
That's good stuff. Well, if one of the veterans out here is listening and wants to get involved, how do they get involved? How do they get treatment? Or somebody maybe wants to help as a therapist, volunteer some time.
You can go to our website at www.heroesmile.com. That's HEROESMILE.com. Or you can call our contact number at 888-VET-NOW-2.
Well, James, thank you so much for all the work that you're doing and Heroes Mile. We appreciate it. And I know you're getting veterans back into society, and it's great work. It must be very joyful to see when they graduate and can get back with their families.
It is. It's an amazing feeling.
All right. Thank you for your service. Appreciate
Thank you.
it. All right. Thank you guys for watching.